Hi everyone.
Hi everybody.
We have 8 likes already.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Right on.
So there are 4 people here. Okay, so today we are going to show you this machine that I just received a few days ago from Melodysusie. And I'm going to kind of tell you everything about it. And I've worked with it for the last few days. I did some pedicures with it as well, so here we are. So in the package, I received this, and it also came with a little stand. Where's the stand?
Excellent question where the stand is. I'm not entirely sure.
It's here. Okay, it came with the stand as well. And with these bits. So my initial, very first impression was not the best. Okay, let me just move this a little bit. Let me just, I guess so that's how it fits. So normally the EFILE comes in with this straight thing, because you should always have something in your machine. Okay, so just in case you turn it on, so the motor doesn't burn out or something. Yeah, so it came with this. And now okay, where do I start? It's EFILE, you guys. Some people call it a drill. I don't like calling it drill because drill is more for woodworking, not for, it's EFILE. Okay?
It's like a tattoo machine.
Yeah,
it's a machine, not a gun.
Nail machine, yeah.
Anyways.
So it's rechargeable. You plug this in here. I had it in the pedicure area, so would you be able to maybe get it?
Oh, the plug-in?
Yeah, the plug-in. So we can show how this works. And it is a rechargeable one, so they say it works up to 10 hours on full charge, and it takes two and a half hours to fully charge it. And I tried working with it when it was plugged in, and when it was not plugged in, and I really didn't see a big difference. Okay, let's just disconnect the lamp here. The machine. Okay, sorry, we're ready now. Thank you so much for the 10 likes, even though, you know, we're just starting. Anyway, so there you go. So I guess the F says it's a fully charged machine now. This thing, it just protects the window, the screen, so I didn't take it off yet. So it's actually very, very affordable, this EFILE. When I received it, I thought it would be just like a toy, and I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, it's probably going to be bad. So the price of the EFILE is $69 US, shockingly low, to be honest with you. And there was a discount code that I received from the company for you guys if it's for 12% off, and I think it's Apple K. It's in the description box. The discount code. Okay. So now let's kind of look at the machine. So you know what? This actually feels like a really nice plastic kind of material. It feels quite sturdy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the one thing when I took it out of the box and kind of picked it up. It felt well built, and I know that's. Is it expensive? No, it's not expensive. It's quite affordable.
It's cheap, actually.
Yeah.
Budget.
But my initial impressions, like to pick it up and to kind of have it in the hands, it felt well built. It didn't feel light and cheap. It you know, rickety. Like it actually has you know, weight to it. It feels like a decent quality machine.
Yeah. So just like any other kind of portable machines, usually they have this kind of thing so you can clip it. I just don't understand. I don't know. I'm not used to
clip it to
exactly.
their, you know, let it be the front of their shirt or their belt or what have you.
Yeah, so you can clip it as well. But then what do you do with this piece? Normally it should have like something here. Oh, it has this thing maybe for another
attachment, I suppose.
To clip this. I didn't receive that. Okay, so this looks good. So there was a forward and reverse. So when you are working, when you're left-handed, you would use it on the reverse, and then normally you would use on forward. And now there was a speed on and off and speed maximum. So it starts at like 3, I guess, right? Yeah, and it goes up to very, very, yeah, like you would never, that's the thing. So it has maximum 30,000 RPM. I don't know anyone who works with 30,000. It's not necessary. So normally I use the machine on like quite low of a speed, and I will explain to you why. I can do that with my existing machine. But anyway, so it doesn't, yeah, so it shows you on and off. So once you click it off, it goes off completely, and then once it clicks on, it starts working. Now, what else do we have to talk about? Now to the handpiece, no?
Yeah, I mean, the handpiece itself, again, it actually has a decent quality kind of feel. Like, it actually has some weight. It's not like this plastic, you know, piece of crap. Like, it actually feels like it has a, like, it's a metal
Aluminum.
casing.
Okay, aluminum, no?
I would say probably like aluminum or something like
Yeah.
that, but it definitely has like a good casing to it. Feels good in the hand, feels well weighted. The balance seems to be not too bad. Like
It's not very thick either,
yeah,
here.
like it's not really that thick at all, which is really, really nice.
So this is the machine that I'm currently working with. So this is the Erica MT20. I have to say Erica is a little bit heavier, but it's fine because it just kind of sits, it's balanced very well. Like I never have issues with the other machine, but this one seems a little bit lighter. It looks pretty, right? Yeah, it does. I thought it would look really kind of, you know, like a toy, but it doesn't. Okay, so now let's look at this thing. So I'm used to click to open, has to click again, and it has to click again. I prefer that. Maybe I'm just used to it.
Just the way it kind of
This
locks
one,
everything in place,
yeah.
right?
So this one doesn't click when it's locked. It clicks when it's open. So open, put the bit.
Well, then I suppose it does kind of click when you lock it, because think about it. Unlock,
And click
lock.
again. Okay, yeah. But the other one has a second click.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now onto the kind of not very exciting part. So this comes with, which I thought this is really cool, with these bits. So when I was home, when I
Little
first,
starter set.
yeah, when I first, oops, the other way. When I first opened it, and I kind of, you know, turned the machine on, I'll show you. It vibrates. Like there's, I don't know if you can hear it. Hold on. So this kind of vibrates a little bit. Can I just have your nail for a second? Okay, we had an accident with. Can you feel it?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a smooth.
Yeah.
There's like a real strong kind of vibration. Now, I'm not gonna say like it's like a
It's
like
horrible.
like a heavy
No.
you know vibration, but you can definitely
It vibrates.
feel the vibration in there. You know, comparative to the Erica MT20, which when your bit is set correctly,
Yeah,
it's
it's
smooth
smooth.
as silk. You don't feel any type of
Yeah.
vibration at all.
So now what I did is I use the Erica bit. So normally you put it all the way in and you just kind of back it up a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of adjust
Yeah.
it.
And let's just check. Okay, feel it.
It's improved
It's improved,
considerably, actually.
yeah.
Like that is not bad at all.
But okay, so yeah, not bad at all, I have to say.
Yeah.
And I
But so
ran
that
it
could
at
be
about
just the actual
7,000.
bit itself.
Exactly.
Is the issue.
So
here.
let's now compare. I know we're not talking about Erica here, but let's just kind of see how this
just
feels.
kind of give it a quick benchmark. Smoother.
Smoother. But you know
Smoother.
what? It's not a huge
No,
difference.
no.
Yeah, so that's kind of a bad thing and a good thing, because you know what, I've checked, oh, sorry. I've checked all of them, and you know, the quality, I kind of hate to say it, but it's not, you see? It looks like something that's sprayed on, and it's very unevenly sprayed on. Can you see this?
But of course, so like we're just looking at the beginner starter bit set.
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously just something they throw in, they just include, which is great for beginners. But I mean, as far as like a good quality bit, it seems to miss the mark a little bit.
Yeah, you see how much this one is vibrating? You can actually see it. Like
AliExpress, ooh.
what? What about AliExpress? Yeah,
Oh,
this one
Mel
you
was
can
just
actually...
talking about AliExpress.
Oh, okay.
Or AliExpress or AliExpress.
It doesn't have the screen, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see, can you see it even if it's vibrating? Yeah, you can see it on the low speed.
See what?
Started, said, okay, yeah, send someone else, look.
Oh, you can see it. You can actually visually see the
Yeah.
vibration. It's not
So
good.
when it's faster, it's not visible. Okay, so this one, never gonna use it.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see why you may have thrown out the.
Yeah, so I don't know if the regular
bits.
bits are better or not, but yeah. So, but don't give up, guys, yet, because we're gonna talk about
Well,
the
the whole
good part about it in a second.
I mean, really, what we're talking about isn't necessarily the beginner-free, bit set that they give you, but rather, I mean, what we have going on here, which seems to be.
Yeah, but if I was judging the whole machine without the other bits, I would say the machine is, not that great. So when I switched the bits, it's way better. So, I mean, because you need the bits with the machine. So, aren't available in Europe, yeah, no. You can still buy them. They'll ship it.
Yeah.
Okay, this one vibrates as well. Anyway, so you know what, and I also, because I used for natural nails, which we're gonna do his manicure with this machine, by the way. Sorry, I should have said that at the very beginning. But, so I use the sanding band sometimes, especially for shortening the nails. So this one vibrates as well. So normally I would use medium or fine, usually fine sanding band. It goes on nicely. I can see vibration here on the bottom.
The one thing that impressed me is that, under load, you don't hear it strain, you don't feel it kind of bog down. It actually holds a...
That was my first reaction as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll get to it. So at first, it does feel quite strong, and it has a good torque, right? Because it's the torque. It's not really the speed that we're looking at, it's the torque. So it's very quiet. Okay, another benefit. It's very quiet, I have to say. Even when it's quite high, it's quiet, not bad. And when you are working like just for doing a manicure, so around the skin, and you're just removing the cuticle and stuff, normally you would work on a very, very low speed, and it does not actually slow down too bad. But I did use it for a pedicure, and when you shorten the nails, when you're putting pressure, it does slow down.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's not horrible. It's just, you know what, because I'm working with, right now, it's such high-end machine that it's going to be very different for me to work with any other machine, because I'm not sure even other high-end machine or other expensive machines do slow down a little bit. This one doesn't. So, which it takes, a little bit of getting used to, definitely. And it also kind of makes you work a little bit faster, I have to say. I don't know if you can see this, of a speed, because normally, I don't even know, because Erica doesn't show, doesn't have, the Erica MT20 doesn't have the display. So you kind of just feel what the speed is. So I have to say, I work at like 6,000.
Yeah,
not
you
even
know what?
6.
I mean, the Erica MT20 or like any of the Erica series EFILEs, I mean, they are a little bit on the pricier end, but do understand you're paying for quality. I mean,
Yeah.
they're, phenomenal. However, getting back to,
To
this
this one.
kind of review.
So normally I would work on like a 6, right? And with that 6,000, when you just press like here, it's fine. It's working well. So normally, I don't have to touch the dial whatsoever. So, and another thing that I really like about Erica, which, believe it or not, I didn't kind of think about initially, is that Erica has not only forward and reverse like this one, but it has neutral. So in order for me to, let's say if I'm putting the machine away, I don't have to turn down the speed. I can just put it in neutral and then just put it on the handle. So next time when I grab it, I don't have to look at the machine. I don't have to fiddle with the speed. I always use it on a low speed. I really don't. Sometimes when I was, let's say if I'm doing a removal of a product, which I really don't do a lot, with like a carbide bit or something like that, if I was like thinning down acrylics or yes, using it with a much thicker product, I would put it up maybe higher. Sometimes again for pedicures, if I was doing the skin, you could put it up a little bit higher, but normally I have it on that 6,000 and I don't touch it. So then in order for me to, you know, put it away, I just turned it off and on. I guess maybe you could just turn it on and off. Let's just see. And I keep, you see, like I'm not used to kind of thinking about which way to turn it down. Where does it turn on and off? I guess it doesn't, right? It's just here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, we can't do that. Again, this is just something that I'm used to. And, you know, I kind of do a lot of things very, like without any thinking, right? So that is a little bit different. I used this machine for a couple pedicures, and I found, so I used them with this, with air cuppets, with the skin bit. Absolutely amazing, by the way. So now I would use it on like 10, okay, like on my clients. And again, with this speed, it maintains the speed. It really doesn't slow down, even when you're filing, you know, down a callus or something like that, or when you're finishing, or sorry, when you're shortening a thick toenail. But with this one, I found I had to go up to like 15 or something. Which way does it go? 15, 17. And then let's say if I go back, oh my God, which way does it go? And then if I, let's say, had to go back to do some detailing around the cuticle with the other bit or something like that, I again had to fiddle with the speed to kind of find the right speed. Again, eventually you would probably remember the speed. So let's say it's 7 and then 15. I guess not a big deal. It's just, again, I'm used to different kind of, what do you call it? Different, lost for word, procedures, I guess. So now, like, kind of let's go back to this machine. But overall, so I used it for, I think, 2 or 3 pedicures, and I was expecting the handpiece to heat up a little bit from, you know, putting pressure on the machine. It did not, I have to say. So before we start doing the manicure, I have to say that overall, for the price, as a backup file, amazing. It's very, very good. Would I use it personally as my main EFILE? Not, I wouldn't, because I prefer the other one. But if you are just starting out, this is probably something that you would consider. So, I mean, I'm going to work with this machine a little bit more, so we can kind of see how, what I think about it in like 2-3 months. This machine comes with 6 months warranty, so I'm not sure how the company has any type of repairs managed. I asked a few other questions, but I didn't ask about that. So, by the way, the machines are made in China, but it's an American company, and they have workhouses in Europe and in, I guess, Canada and also US. And I did receive it very, very quickly. So, like within a few days since the email. I know it says something Germany here, EU Germany. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think they said it was hi Beverly, late to the party. It's okay. We're not finished yet. So, so this machine also, the input is 100, 240 volts. So if you are traveling with it, you just need a new plug. You don't need a converter.
Yes.
Which is a good thing. Like, yeah, the end different. Okay, so let's do the manicure, right? And see how this works. So let us, if you have any questions, let us know. I'm gonna use a new bit on you. Okay, let's just grab a towel. I'm gonna put this here just so you can see it, the speed and everything else. And the handle, where am I gonna put it? Can you see it over here? Okay, let me just grab a, actually, I'll grab a towel, 1 second. Any questions?
No, nothing so far.
So after this manicure, we are going to, for our Patreon subscribers, for our supporters, we are going to do a pedicure with this machine. And I already sent you guys a link on Patreon, so at 3 p.m. So, okay, so we had an accident with these nails. Another thing that I have to ask them, and I will mention that in the description box once I hear back, if this is acetone proof, because that would be an interesting thing to know. So, can you explain your accident, what happened?
Which one?
Oh yeah, there's 2 accidents. Happened, both.
So which one? Which one am I
Both of them.
I tore my fingernail off on this one, just
Well,
like the
the
end.
end.
And then got black glue that exploded. And
Yeah,
I got
and
most
it
of it
was
off my
bad.
hands, but that's kind of what's remaining right now.
Thank you so much, guys, for the 14 likes that we see. Really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna take the polish off. And hopefully the glue is going to come off. Yeah, so this one is, wow, it's short. You know, we
Yeah,
have to
it-
insure these hands.
Yeah, it tore and it was not fun.
Okay, so, yeah, so you guys are going to see how this machine works with the, okay, so this came off.
Oh, good.
With, when some pressure is applied on the nails. I mean, we don't have a lot to file, a lot to shorten, but still. Okay, so first we're gonna use the sanding band just to see how it feels. I'm gonna use my own because this one doesn't vibrate. And you know, once it vibrates, you can't fix anything. Let me just grab another sanding band 1 second. Okay, I like to use the, I think they're Dixon sanding bands. You know, it makes a difference. The quality is better. There are different qualities of these bits. And sometimes what I do is I kind of run my fingers around. And some of them vibrate still, just the actual bits. But there was nothing you can do kind of about it. What I do is I kind of roll it in between my fingers. And that sometimes helps. If it doesn't, I just throw it out and just use, move this up, another piece. Okay, so now we're going to shorten. Hope you can see me. Okay, so you know what? When I'm shortening the nails, it's not bad.
How is it when you actually unplug it though?
Let's try, on the other hand. But when I was working with the toenails, it did slow down. So this is actually a little bit faster than I would normally.
That's on 7 right now.
Can you feel it here? It slows down a little bit. But you know what, overall,
I actually can't tell.
yeah, overall I have to say it doesn't, okay, remove the plug. So now
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
6, 7, okay. Maybe tiny bit. Not a huge difference.
No, but it's not like.
No.
I remember there being some EFILEs like years ago, like the portable ones that.
And you know, even to be honest with you, the Erica, the portable one, would slow down. So if you are considering doing manicures with, and just like natural nails, this is good.
Yeah, so far it seems to be holding up very well. But I mean, you know, time will tell.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, please let me know. Yeah, I work actually a little bit slower. I think I work on like 5,000.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, so you see I work very, very slow. So this is, yeah,
It's a little different, but it's not bad.
no, it's not bad at all. Okay, so now you see I can't, I'm going like this with my finger because with
Because it has like a push, like it's not even a dial, but like an actual.
Yeah, with Erica it's like this thing, right? Up and down. Like
Well, it's not
neutral.
even that. It's like even when it comes to adjusting the
but I never-
speed, it's like a
Yeah,
slider, not so much a dial.
yeah, but I never actually adjust the speed really.
Well, there's that as well, but
Sorry guys, as usual, we are not like super prepared. All right, what happens?
well, and that's something that we'll be finding out down the road, how well it performs as we go along, right?
Yeah,
So the initial idea that we had. What the hell just happened? Uh-oh.
okay, we're losing the connection.
Well, that's not good.
Maybe there's just something wrong with the internet. And I'm not on Wi-Fi.
You're not on Wi-Fi?
No.
That is odd.
With this one you really, or no.
Yeah, easy.
Okay, so I'm just going to shorten just before the thing dies
Yeah.
a little bit and then,
Yeah, so anyways, so we're looking at, after kind of our initial review here, in a few months coming back, giving you a more extensive review, and then probably our final thoughts in about 6 months' time,
Yeah.
just after, possibly some heavy usage to say, hey, this is exactly what we think about it. We want to really put it through its paces and not just say, oh, this is a great machine, thumbs up, after using it twice. We want to give you a proper, the salon life review.
Yeah.
Something that, is really a review.
because it's funny, like speaking from experience, sometimes I use something once or twice, and at first I'm like, okay, no, I hate it, like it's not good. And then I keep using it, I don't usually give up so quickly.
No.
And then I actually end up liking it, and vice versa. Sometimes I love something in the beginning, but then, as I'm working with it, it turns out that sometimes
It's not the best.
it's not the best, or it's not as good as I expected. So that's why,
Well, you're kind of like that with Dazzle at the beginning, where
Yes.
as you were going through that learning curve, you were just like, there was a learning curve. There was some frustration in the beginning because it didn't apply and react the same way as other things that
Yeah.
we've used in the past. But as time went on and you learned how to use the product, you fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a fantastic product.
and
Great
you know
example.
what? I actually 10 years ago I got a sampler, and I used it. It didn't work, and I gave it up for 10 years.
What, Dazzle?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I bought it. I think at a trade show. Okay, so we're just gonna quickly push back the living skin, which is the proximal nail fold. So I'm not pushing back the cuticle. You see, I'm kind of separating the cuticle from the proximal nail fold right here. And we're going to remove the cuticle with the fine bit on a very low speed. In just a second. All right, and the other hand. So quickly, based on this review, what do you guys think? Is it interesting product? As a backup file, because if you guys are obviously working nail technicians, I would definitely highly recommend it, having 2 electric files if you use one, because in case you have to send it in for any repairs or in case something happens, then
You want
you're
to have
not
something
stuck.
as a backup, yeah.
Yeah. So personally, I think as a backup, fantastic. Or
I mean,
now. I'm thinking that now. Like
of course. I mean, my initial reaction to this is, yeah, like a great backup. It's also great. Again, my initial review would be for someone who is needing to be a little more budget aware,
Yeah.
or just starting out. You don't want to be spending copious amounts of money. You want just something just to get a feel for it and see if this is the the right thing for you. Maybe this might be a great place to start.
Okay, so I'm working on a 5,000. So, now you can kind of see, again, because with Erica, I never really mentioned the speed. I just always would say on a very low speed. But now you can see how slowly I'm actually working.
Yeah, based on feel, I mean, this seems like kind of like 5,000.
Yeah. That's how I would work with. I would say 5-6.
It's interesting though that the gauge of just the feel, right?
Yeah,
Like with the
exactly.
Erica, it's how it feels. And this is roughly about what it would feel like using the Erica.
Yeah.
So kind of neat.
And you know what? When it comes to here, the calloused areas and stuff, it slows down a tiny bit, but it's nothing.
And
It doesn't
we're
really
not even
bother
plugged
me.
in right now, so it's
Yeah.
running on its own on the battery power. Yeah, I'm very interested to see just under regular use just how well it will handle and how long it'll last, like the battery. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. So for normal manicures, it would probably last all day. So you plug it in and then you can just work without power. So I'm going to work with it as my main EFILE for the hands for a while.
I'm very
kinda-
curious to see how well this holds up, and you know what? I'm hoping it does well because it's got a lot of promise from what I'm seeing.
So now, if you guys are new to the channel,
Welcome.
welcome. But I'm just removing the cuticle, so the compacted kind of skin cells on top of the nail. I'm not removing the proximal nail fold. I'm not removing the living skin. I'm just removing the dead kind of cells that are compacted on top of the nail plate. Not a nail bed, but no nail plate. Would I buy this machine as like a do-it-yourself person? Question, probably not. Probably not.
Interesting.
Do you need it as a nail, if you're just doing your own manicures, do you need it?
I don't think
No.
so. I think that a lot of like your DIY, like at home, like do it yourself,
Use
like
a
just
cuticle remover.
on yourself for yourself.
Yeah.
I would
It's-
think hand tools and stuff like that
Yeah.
would work just fine.
And it's also, in order to develop such a light touch, like you really have to learn it properly,
Yeah.
just so you don't hurt yourself, because at a wrong angle, too much pressure, you can really damage your nails. So for pedicures to remove callus, I would say use the carousel cream. So then you don't have a callus to remove, or like to smooth it down.
Which, by the way, I've actually been using that on my hands every day
Yeah,
before going to bed, and
it does work.
it seems to be helping. So, highly recommend using the carousel. Awesome
Yeah.
stuff. And thank you, Janet, for that very much. We I don't want to say that we try. It's just something that just
What's that?
naturally kind of happens. Well, at least as far as our conversations are concerned. And yeah.
Okay, so I would say, you know what, for hands, thumbs up for me.
Yeah, you know what?
With good bits.
So
Yeah.
far, yeah, with good bits. That being the kind of a little extra emphasis on that.
Yeah.
Get good quality bits. Yeah, like it's
good.
holding up. Like it's not really
Yeah.
bogging down super hard. Because I mean, again, I remember there being portable units, and again, I'm going back like 10, 12
Yeah.
years, where you even just the slightest bit of pressure on super high speed, it would bog very, very hard, and you had to run it at almost like maximum capacity.
Because it was
Oh yeah, it was terrible. And I
Yeah.
mean, I remember, going out of my way to put how much pressure it would take to get this thing to stop, and it was very little.
Yeah.
very, very little for me to kind of apply it against, you know, my hand, and I could make the bit stop, and that was at like maximum speed.
Yeah.
You know, which it was a little disheartening, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the technology was new, I think, back then, and just it was what it was. Mm-hmm. But,
yeah. So this is surprisingly good.
yeah, honestly, I'm impressed so far.
Yeah, so far.
We'll see what happens
keeps
in
working.
90 days, everyone. 90 days. Review number 2.
Okay, so you know, I wanted to go for the other one.
That was great.
Yeah. Okay, so you know, final verdict. It's an interesting product for sure.
Yeah. So far, as a backup, as a starter, as something that's a little more budget friendly, our initial review. Hey,
If
you
you're
know
starting
what?
out, like you can definitely do a pedicure with it too. It's just
Yeah.
You just have to adjust your technique with it.
Correct.
But if you are even thinking about using electric file for pedicures, and you don't want to spend money on the electric file, let me just turn this off. Just know that you're going to have to spend money on the exhaust system, and like a good one, because you do not want to be breathing in all that skin. And there was a lot of skin that comes off, a lot of dust. So like, don't kind of think that you can just buy this for $100 and then you're gonna be using this for pedicures, because you won't. Like, I really highly discourage you. I know we're talking about the Melodysusie, but you need like a professional, proper extraction unit. So in England, in Europe, you're looking at Voldex. I'm gonna add the links in the comment section later on tonight. Voldex. And I think they're about $1,000, so like about 650 pounds. And then here in Canada, I would highly suggest Aerovex, and those ones are going for like $1,700 or something like that. So yeah, so the setup for proper dry pedicures is not cheap. Is it worth it? My God, yes, it is. I love doing pedicures now with the electric file, with the proper bits.
Like, I don't want to be rude, but I mean, you want to invest in your health. You want to invest in having longevity with your clientele and with your business. And, you know, by cheaping out and not saving towards or moving towards these goals of having like a proper ventilation system.
The same goes for this,
and
right?
even, you know, proper equipment as a whole.
It's super important.
Yeah,
so
it's very important.
This unit is called NovaFlare. It's a German unit. Same thing. They go for like about $1,000, no?
Give or take. And honestly, it's
excellent. It's very quiet. It's amazing. So again, if you are working with an electric file, like this machine is, I mean, it's decent, it's good, but do not cheap out. Don't even bother buying any cheaper extraction units.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people could have all kinds of, you know, cooties under their nails.
Like me.
Don't think it's just
cooties.
you know, that the hands are clean. Like God knows what's underneath the nails, right?
You just don't know where people are putting their fingers.
And the toes too, because you could have, and the dust from electric file is very, very fine, and it lingers and goes meters or feet away from where you are filing. So it's going to float in the air, and fungal spores are very, very resistant, and they live for a very long time. So you know, you can cross-contaminate your surfaces if you don't have a proper extraction. So as you know, if we're talking about electric files and someone wants to get one for the salon, 100% think about investing in proper extraction as well. And if you want, we can kind of make a little bit, create another video about that again.
I think that'd be
about
a great
extraction
idea.
systems, but it's pretty simple. Like the 3 ones that I mentioned, I'm gonna actually also review the Voldex one from the UK eventually. That's my plan. So yeah. Anyway, so we don't want to bore you
too much
about all this, but yes,
and running around in circles in the conversation. But
but again, like yes, great. $100 for the machine, but do not think it's going to end at $100 because you need the extraction system.
But Rave Air Is it popular in the UK? Oh, okay. But yeah, you know what? For the initial review,
Yeah.
you know what? I would give it a 7 out of 10. I give it a strong 7 out of 10 for the initial review.
Yep,
Definitely
me too.
worth. Yep, definitely worth giving it a go. I mean, if you're in need of one and you're little tight on the budget.
Yeah, you know, again, it's not the top of the line, but for the price that you're paying,
Yeah.
it's an excellent file for the price that you're paying.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna hate it. Like, I can't imagine myself working, doing manicures with this one, natural nail manicures.
And I mean, we've experienced different e-files over the years, and I can tell you, I've seen some that, and even as like full plug-in units that aren't even portable like this, that felt very clunky, very unbalanced, very cheap, very plastic. And I mean, I remember seeing some of them that were purple and see-through. That
that was the Mani Pro, but from Coupa.
Oops.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm being non-brand specific here.
Yeah.
I personally being non-brand specific. We've seen a
Maybe
lot.
they've improved, yeah.
And you know, it's great to see over the years how we've gotten some improvements.
Yeah. Oops.
And ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one, 7 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, okay? And yes, we'll be back in, in 3 months or so.
90 days.
Yeah.
We will
with an update.
we'll give you a second review and let you guys know what our thoughts are at that point. So, and
that's it.
I think that's
Okay.
it for today's
And we'll
video.
see you guys, the guys who are Patreon subscribers, we'll see you in 15 minutes on our private channel, okay?
And we will see you for the pedicure.
Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
Ciao.